How you doing, guys? This is Ryan. Welcome back to the channel. Today's video is going to be a little bit different. I get a lot of people that ask me, Ryan, what do you do for a living? You know, what's your life kind of like? So I wanted to document a day in the life, and I'm actually going to do this over the course of 2 days, because I have a friend that's going to go along with me tomorrow. And yeah, I just wanted to show people kind of the other side of me. I do a lot of talking about my investments, but I actually want to show people how I make my money. Most of my money comes from a dish machine business that I do all the sales for. And today I actually wanted to show another side of it. You know, in business, you can't really be too big for one job. Like, I do a lot of onboarding of clients and stuff like that. Right now we're a little short on labor. We're hiring. They have dish machines that need to be delivered to clients. So I'm driving a box truck right now, and I just really want to show you can never be too big for a job, especially if you're trying to grow a successful company. You know, right now we really have a goal to get our company's revenue up to $5 million. That'd be over a 2x from here. We grow every year, but it takes a lot of hard work. And the main bulk of our revenue, and the reason why our company exists, is because we supply and service dishwashers and the associated chemicals that go into those dishwashers. A lot of people in the restaurant business really like to make sure they have someone that takes care of their dish machine, because that part of the business just gets destroyed all the time. I mean, especially a busy place, they're throwing stuff in that all night, and it's really the heartbeat of the restaurant. If it's a packed house on a Friday night and your dish machine goes down and you can't get plates back out, that's an absolute disaster to the system of the restaurant. So we serve a very important role. It's a very demanding job. You have to be 2 feet in with it, because the phone's always ringing. And like I talked about in my Elon Musk video, you're dealing with hundreds of clients. There's always something going wrong. So you will get paid in the direct proportion of the complexity of the amount of problems you can solve. And we have no shortage of problems that we have to solve. So we have technicians on call 24/7, and we've built ourselves a great reputation in town. So if you guys want to take a closer look at what my life and work schedule looks like, you'll really enjoy this video, and you'll just be able to see what it's like to live life through my eyes. I'm leaving my office in Delray Beach, heading down to Fort Lauderdale Beach. Appreciate you guys coming along with me and learning a little bit about my career. So let's go drop off these dish machines. Alright guys, I just dropped off the machine to the customer here, and I did something a little bit different. I picked up this good new restaurant chain down here in South Florida, and we took out the other company's machine on Friday, but the other company could not pick up their machine until Tuesday. So I had my technicians bring the machine back to the warehouse, and I said, look, I'll bring it back whatever day they can come back to pick it up. Some people think I'm crazy, do too much for customers, but I don't want to give them a way to say no or any inconvenience to my offering. I really try to go over the top and make sure my customers are as happy as possible. Let me know what you guys think. Do you think it's overboard to try to do everything for the customer? I think you really have to say, are they worth it? Are you going to get a lot of business from that? Do they appreciate your efforts? And yeah, so my first stop's done. Now I'm going to drop off this machine to a new customer of mine so the contractor can install it, new construction. So let's go over there. All right guys, I got both machines dropped off and grabbed a little bit of lunch, and now heading back to my office to kind of plan out the second half of the day. I have a lot of stuff I need to get done between today and tomorrow, and I'm just going to decide how I want to split that up. You know, what makes the best sense of my time. Sorry, stopping at a red light. So I was mentioning earlier, I dropped off one of my competitors' dish machines, and I'm very friendly with the competition. You know, the technician was there. He's really pleasant. He saw that we already had the machine detached, just ready for him to pick up, so he was happy about that. His job was easy. He just had to put it on the back of his truck and go on about his day. I think it's always good to face your competition in business with good friendship. And I gave him a card and said, you know, if you're ever not happy, you know, we're always looking to bring on, you know, talented people, and especially in this area we're growing. So I think it's very interesting. Some people will view their competition in a very negative way, but I think the better strategy is to make friends with everyone, because you never know what the future is going to look like. And if you want to have the reputation of being kind of a mean person, I don't think it's going to get you very far. I think when I first started years ago, I had a more competitive sense and really disliked the competition, but it's really silly. At the end of the day, they're just people that are trying to feed their families like I am. So just be friends with them, and there's enough business out there for everyone, and whoever's the hungriest is going to get most of it. So what do you guys think? In your line of business, do you hate your competition, or are you friendly with them? I'm curious to see how other people view people they compete with. Let me know in the comment section below. All right guys, so since I last hopped on here, I was heading back to my office and I had to come visit a couple restaurants here in the Jupiter area that are getting ready to open, make sure they're all set up. A lot of new clients, guys. We've been fortunately very busy. You know, in South Florida, we're the hospitality mecca of the world. So, you know, restaurants are popping up everywhere all the time. So it makes the warewash business a really good business to be in because there's a lot of demand. I have one more client that's getting ready to open for season right now that I have to go visit, and then I have to go renew my lease with my tenants. So I'm gonna head there as well. I'll take you guys along with me. All right guys, we're at my last stop here over by the water. I want to show you guys my rental, but I got to see how soon I can get there before the sun comes down. Or the moon's already out, if you can see it in the sky here. I'm not sure, somewhere over here. Like I said, I'm going to pick this back up tomorrow as well. I have one of my buddies coming along with me for the ride. He just opened his own insurance company. I'm going to introduce him to some of my clients and allow him to network. A big way I've been able to build my business is really through networking. So when you network with other people, help them get business, they tend to remember you when they're in front of someone that needs your service. So it's been really helpful over the years, but yeah, I'll show you a little bit of the South Florida water over here. Got some surfers out here. We don't really get great waves on the East Coast. Not like the West Coast. And actually I'm in the process of booking a bachelor party trip to Costa Rica. I'll get to do some surfing down there. That'd be pretty cool. I'll probably do some kind of vlog. I'll try to see if it makes financial sense to retire to Costa Rica. So I'm gonna make my last drop here, get this restaurant ready for season, and yeah. And then go renew my lease for my tenants and go from there. Try not to get ran over. All right guys, so good news, I got my lease signed. I didn't do any videotaping there because it was dark, and I just did my last drop here on my way home. I told the customer I would. It's about 8 o'clock. So yeah, I left my house this morning at 7. I'll be back home probably close to 8:30. I'm about 20 minutes away from home. It's a day in the life, it's a busy day. You know, while I'm young and have the energy, I'm willing to work like this, you know, so I don't have to do it later on. And I'm not gonna lie, I do find it very stimulating, you know, having success in business and growing, getting a new lease with my tenant. And actually they asked me if they could add a new tenant this year. I said I'd be okay with it if they would allow me to up the rent by $100. So I was able to increase my revenue on that property and they save a little bit on the rent. So it was a win-win situation. And yeah, so I'm gonna go head home, see the fam. All right guys, I got back home, just had some dinner, hung out with my wife. I'm gonna take a shower, kind of get my thoughts together on what I want to do exactly for tomorrow, and take you guys along for that. So I will see you in the morning. All right, guys. Good morning. We're back at it. I'm here with my good friend Trey.
Good morning.
We're gonna hit the gym this morning, and he's actually opening his own insurance business. So we're gonna go out and do some prospecting. And guys, if any of you are in the market for insurance, I'm gonna drop all his information below. He's opening a State Farm office here in Stuart, Florida. We're gonna call it the Tesla and go hit up the gym. All right, let me get the. All right, guys, so we're heading over to the gym. I'll show you over here, this fog. Check out the fog, Trey.
All right, now I feel like I'm back in the Middle East.
Is this what it was like?
I don't want to go back there, but
Trey's a former American troop, so make sure to do business with a serviceman who served our country. Beautiful here, how like eerie it is. All right, guys, so we got a pretty early start. Sorry for my crazy hair. I still have a little bit of bedhead, but Trey got here at about 6:20 this morning, and so we're getting to the gym about 6:45, and we'll see how long we go for today. Yesterday was a pretty long day, about a 12-hour work day. Didn't get to see my son, which is kind of like the down part of, you know, building a business and, you know, trying to get yourself started early in life and working a lot. But you know, I really try to take weekends for him, and today I hope to be home at a decent time. Actually, I want to show you guys how cool the sunrises are out here. And I don't know if I've showed you guys our little pool over here and everything, but it's pretty sweet. You might hop in for a little swim after. Nobody's ever here. Burpees are the best because you can do like 30 of them and you burn a ton of calories and you're like, that's your whole workout. I'm gonna work out more. Alright guys, I want to show you some of the self-driving features with the Tesla. So it's parked right there in the parking lot, and now I'm just going to call for it on my phone here. Alright, there it is. Lady's watching it.
Yep, she doesn't know what's going on right now. She's gonna get back in her car. Look at this. Hey babe, look at this.
There's no one driving that car. What the heck?
Not bad, huh? I think it's pretty impressive. So I asked the question on my Instagram.
It even turned its turn signal on for you.
Yeah. So I asked on my Instagram if they thought full self-driving would be 5 years or less, or 5 years or later. And I want to say it was probably like a slight majority thought it was going to take longer than 5 years. But when you see it do stuff like this, you feel like you're closer, you know? Morning. Alright guys, we're heading into the office right now. My buddy Trey, who's behind the camera, actually just signed up for WeBull using my affiliate link. So I'll kind of plug that right here if you guys like free money and want to support this channel. If you open a WeBull account using my link in the description below, WeBull will give you a free stock, and then if you deposit $100 into the account, they'll give you a second free stock. I personally really like WeBull. I started building an account on there. I think it's actually better than Robinhood. So I personally endorse it, but if you just want to make free money, you can honestly sign up, put the $100 in, let everything settle. It takes about a week. You can get the 2 free stocks and you can sell it. And David Karuna, who has a great YouTube channel, I'll link his channel in the description below, actually got a $122 stock of Procter & Gamble. And WeBull's advertising that they will give you up to a $1,400 stock, so maybe like a stock of Google or Alphabet. So it's definitely worth doing, you know, if you like free money, and it also helps support the small YouTube channel, so it means a lot to me. With that said, on my Instagram yesterday, I put a link to ask me questions, you know, anything, and if anyone had a YouTube channel, I would actually plug their channel. So I'm gonna go through the questions I got yesterday. We'll answer them here. And I'll first start off with the YouTube channels. So let's go through some of my questions. One of them I really liked, I wanna answer that first. It's from my good friend Manny, with his channel is called Manny the Average Investor. I strongly suggest subscribing to his channel. He has great quality content. He calls himself the average investor, but he does great stock analysis. So he does great fundamental analysis of companies. So, but he asked me, what do I think has a brighter future, Tesla or cryptocurrency? And that's a great question. I'm an investor in both. I have a little bit bigger exposure to Tesla at the moment than I do crypto. But if I really look at it, I think both have great futures. But I personally believe there's more upside potential in cryptocurrency than Tesla. But looking at the current market, Tesla is about a $60 billion market cap currently. I honestly believe Tesla can be a $400 or $500 billion market cap company in a very short time. So I think they could, you know, possibly almost, you know, 8x the stock from here pretty easily in the next few years. I think it's likely to happen with all the things the company has going for them, with autonomous driving, with vehicle sales, with the energy the company's gonna be able to produce in the future. I think they will be a easy $500 billion company. I've never used that word before, $500 billion. But cryptocurrency is currently the whole market cap is under $200 billion. So when the question is, what has a bigger potential, Tesla or crypto? Crypto has a much bigger upside because it's an entire market and it's such a useful utility in so many different ways. And the previous market high was $800 billion, even more than that. So we're very depressed right now. I think there's a lot less downside risk, if that makes any sense, because Tesla is very close to its all-time high, but crypto is very much underneath its all-time high right now. So the downside risk is probably a little bit less, and the upside potential is so great because I think cryptocurrency will go far beyond its all-time highs of $800 billion during the next boom. Right now the market's about 50% below the trend line, and I'll make more videos about all the bull cases for cryptocurrency, but the most simplistic one is that currency is an $84 trillion market and cryptocurrency is less than $200 billion. And it's more than just currency. It's a great utility. It can track things. It's so secure. They can settle deposits so much faster than a bank can. Right now, if you set up your WeBull account using my referral link, you'll get the free money, but it takes so long for the money to settle. Cryptocurrency with the blockchain can settle deposits within seconds. So it's much more efficient. It has much greater utility, and it's much more secure than traditional money. And also people want to make cases for store value. I'm not going to go too deep into it, but cryptocurrency could go up 200 times from here pretty easily, in my opinion, versus Tesla is probably a 5 to 10x move from here, in my opinion. So crypto has much more upside. Second question is from Anthony with Malone Money Mindset. I have the car in self-driving right now, but I'm going to read this. And his question is, what inspired you to start your channel, and what do you enjoy most about it? So what inspired me to start my channel is really because I think the best way you learn something is by presenting it or teaching it. I went to school to be a teacher, and one of the biggest teaching things you can do for your students is to give them a project they present in front of their class. They retain like 95% of the material versus if you just have them read by themselves, or if you just talk to them, do a lecture in front of the class, the retention rates are like 10%. So I really want to create a mastery in investing so I can make more money over time, and YouTube is a creative outlet that allows me to do that. And beyond that, you know, what I didn't expect, one of my favorite things about it is the community. I've met a lot of like really cool people, including you, Anthony. I'll have your channel linked in the description below. But yeah, the community is something really cool, finding like-minded people that want to talk about investing all the time, because not a lot of people like to talk about it all the time that you may have in your daily life. So YouTube is such a big community and gives you access to those types of people. So that's one of my favorite things. Let's move through these a little bit faster because these are really good questions. And the next one is from Oscar Martinez. He has a great channel. He's an entrepreneur, investor. I'll have his channel linked in the description below. He asked me, what are your goals for 2020? That's a good question. I can't say I'm a huge like New Year's resolution guy, waiting for the new year to change something about me. You know, I really think like every day is a great day to change yourself. So I'm always trying to find more ways to improve any day. I just don't wait for the new year. If I could like create metrics for myself, I would say just to keep on reducing my cost of living where I can and try to increase my income to give me more money to invest. You know, next year is a big year for me because I have a new daughter coming, so a lot of personal things I want to do to just be a better father and family man. And I think a big message to take away from that question is, let's not really wait for the new year to start new things. Let's try today to become better people, better investors. That's the best way to answer that question. The next question is from my friend. I have two from the Citizen of the Year. I've done a collab video with him. He's got a great channel. His Robinhood portfolio is close to $20,000. Definitely check him out. I'll have his channel linked in the description below. His question is, how much time / money should we give to the less fortunate? That's a great question, and I always try to answer that question from saying, like, you can't pour from an empty cup. You have to have abundance in your life to be able to give to others. So I think the older we get, the more philanthropic we should become. The more prosperous we become, the more we should give. But in percentage terms, I would say, you know, somewhere when you're young, about 5 to 10% of your time / money should be invested. And the older you get, you know, it's really good to get involved with the community. There's different ways to impact the less fortunate. I coached baseball for years at a school that wasn't like that I went to, but it didn't have like the wealthiest neighborhoods around it. So I was able to like to mentor, you know, kids that didn't have really active fathers in their lives. And there's a lot of ways you can have impact with that. I really enjoyed coaching. Coaching was one of the best things I was able to do to give back. Now that I have my own kids, I have to be a little bit more selfish with my time. But I would say definitely it's very good to practice. And it's a tough question to answer though, but everyone should. Everyone should. And the next question he had was asking if I was Cuban, like half of the other population in South Florida. And to answer that question, I do have Cuban heritage. Yes, I have Cuban heritage. My grandfather came here during the Revolution, and my family, my last name is actually Scottish. Giffen's a Scottish last name because my great-great-great-grandfather moved from Scotland and bought a citrus farm in Cuba, and they actually built it to be a pretty big business. And long story short, the Castro government took everything, and my grandfather came here and had to rebuild his life in the early 1960s. So yes, I am probably about a third Cuban. All right, now let me hop to some of my other ones. My wonderful niece, Chloe, asked me, "Hi Uncle Ryan, it's Chloe. My question is, how ready are you for the new baby to come?" So to answer that question, I'm a lot more ready than what I was for my son Miles, because I've actually been a father now, and you know, I was honestly like really scared when I was having my first kid, because it's probably like the most important thing that you're going to do in your life is raise your children, and they don't come with instructions, and you're not sure if you're ready mentally or financially, so you're kind of freaking out. But for this baby, I'm a lot more prepared because I know what it entails. So to answer your question, I'm super ready, super pumped. And on a side note, like this channel is all about finance, I'm changing my insurance January 1st. My current deductible is $7,500. On January 1st, that turns into $1,500. The baby is due January 8th. So if we can make it to that day, you know, my expense is going to be much, much less to have this baby. So about $5,000 worth of savings, at least. Yeah, $6,000. So that's kind of something that's been on my mind. I am financially prepared for it, but if can't say that I would love her more if she came in January than December, but it would definitely be some brownie points. Then I have a question from a guy here named Alex Zim1. He's going to become a YouTuber. He's been reaching out to me on my Instagram, just asking me different questions on kind of how to start up my channel, different tips and tricks and things I've done, and 3 goals for 2020. So if I can make 3 goals for 2020, I would say I'd like my Robinhood account that's currently at $20,000 get to $50,000. That's one goal. Be a better golfer, which I won't be because I work way too much. I don't golf enough. That won't happen. The second goal I'll make about this YouTube channel, I'd like to have 5,000 subscribers by the end of 2020. So I'll put that document right here. So first goal, 50,000 in the Robinhood account. Second goal, 5,000 YouTube subscribers. Third goal. What's a good third goal?
Busy balancing the family time.
It's always balancing the family time, and I'm honestly not, and I'm honestly somewhat happy with how I do it. You know, I know that, you know, when you're a young father, young man, you're not going to be able to give all of your time to your family. When I was a kid, my dad worked all day, you know, as a marine mechanic, and then he went and taught classes at night. Like he did what he had to do to build for his family. I always want to improve on that, so I'll make that a third goal, especially with another kid. And part of having this YouTube channel is to create other income that I could do from home and be around my kids more. So that kind of goes hand in hand. YouTube is a strategy I'm doing to build other revenue streams that I can do and be close to my family. So I had another question here from Jason Carrero. He asked me, have I ever worked in trades? And my trade really is sales, so I don't know if that's what he means by that, but a trade I feel like usually means like an electrician or a carpenter or something with a little bit more of a physical expertise. I work in the dish machine business. I do understand the mechanics of some basic functions of plumbing and whatnot. I kind of know how to do different aspects of it, but I can't say I'm like a super tradesman. You know, I'm getting handier as I get older. And being a landlord, I'm kind of, you know, forced to figure things out more. But yeah, to answer your question, probably not. Yeah, but But all great questions. I appreciate everyone that participated. I post stuff like that on my Instagram channel all the time. So if you want to follow me on Instagram, I post there pretty much daily. So I'll put my handle here on the screen. And yeah, so we're gonna head into the office and get to the next part of our day. Thanks for all the questions. And make sure you check out all those YouTube channels and subscribe. They're great channels. All right, guys, so let's see what stock Trey got here. We're gonna go log in here. So we're on WeBull, my free stock. The first one's usually like a cheap stock. I guarantee it's Sprint. Watch. Go to the top, so congratulations, hit get. I told you, Sprint, $5. $5.
All right, thank you.
All right, but the next one will be more. We're gonna put in the $100. We're gonna get Google for $1,400. Let's do it, let's get it. All right, guys, so today was a lot like yesterday. Got a lot of different clients set up, opening. We got like 6 installs this week, another 4 next week. It's been crazy. So our business has been good. I'm actually the supercharger for the first time today. I just want to let you guys know that I have a referral link also down below. If you buy a Tesla using that referral link, you'll get a free 1,000 miles of charging, and I'll get a free 1,000 miles of charging. If you don't use a referral link, you don't get free charging. So I'm actually filling up for free because I use someone else's referral link. All right, guys, so we're wrapping up today, heading back to the house. It's been a fun day traveling with Trey. Trey, did you have fun today?
Absolutely.
Absolutely. So yeah, actually, guys, not only if you're interested in insurance, but also my buddy Trey behind the camera here, he's looking for employees too. So he's opening an office in Stuart. If any of you guys are looking to get out of the cold weather states, he actually moved here from Ohio, or if you live in the South Florida area, make sure I'll leave his email in the description below, along with all of his other contact information for his business, and you can reach out and help him grow his business. So.
Thank you, Ryan.
So we're gonna head back to the house now. I haven't had a chance to include my son in this vlog, so I will we'll see how he's doing. Probably have a cold beer to wrap up the day and get this video ready to upload. So, all right, guys, I'm just wrapping up the day. Me and Miles are hanging here at the house. We're gonna ride in a sweet car. It is also a battery-operated vehicle. Well, eat your cookie. So guys, I appreciate you tagging along for the ride and seeing what I do in a day in the life of Ryan. So, Miles, you want to say bye to everyone?
Bye!
As always, I'll see you in my next one.